Morning. It is Sunday, July 31st, the last day of July, and I just made my breakfast, and I'm having a smoothie again with basically the same ingredients, those frozen red raspberries, the half a cup of soy milk, a banana, and a plum. I added a plum this time, and I added a little bit of ice too because the bananas, since they're not getting ripe, I can't freeze them yet, so if the banana was frozen, then I wouldn't have to add the ice. And no coffee this morning because my coffee maker finally died on me. I woke up this morning and it was all over the place. Somehow it got turned on and it has a leak in it now. So anyways, I've had that about 6-7 years. So I'm going to go out today and get a new one and probably go to the farmer's market and do some errands. Okay, bye. Okay, here's the farmer's market. But I don't know if you can see it because there's sun. But let's go check it out.
You know, you're a teacher. You did some teaching. You told me you never did that. Yeah, I worked. Good morning.
Hi.
Am I on camera?
Huh? Oh no, just your fruit.
Yeah, right.
It's my YouTube channel.
You're slick. You wanted my picture.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, this was so. Morning.
Hi.
Honey, come on.
Sample some extra virgin olive oil.
Oh no, thanks.
Indian?
Yeah, you want me to mix?
Those tomatoes are good. Oh, these are big plums. I'm just looking at first. First round is looking. Oh, come back.
The second round you taste.
Grateful Bread Co., huh? Oh, we got vegan bread.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sourdough.
Yeah, because if you wreck it.
Toasted walnut sourdough. And this is locally?
Yeah, we're down in Sacramento.
$3.50. Now, how come this is more expensive? Because it's sliced?
Yeah.
What's the calories on this? So 80 calories? Was this baked today or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm back from the farmer's market and here's my haul. I got 4 vine-ripened, extremely fresh tomatoes, so I gotta eat those probably right away. I got a couple of small cucumbers, and then I got lots of different types of plums. You can see them all. And the nice thing about going to the farmer's market, before you buy the plum or the fruit, there's samples. They normally have samples. The guy at the plum that was selling all the plums had like tons of samples. And man, it was like eating candy at the farmer's market. And then I got this big bag of, big basket of strawberries. And this stuff is all locally grown in Northern California. Of course, California, you know, is one of the bread baskets of the world. So, so I'm kind of lucky in that way. And then the guy that was selling squash, I bought some squash, just different varieties I wanted to try. I love squash, so I'm going to cook that up and try that. And then I did buy some bread. The guy was selling a local bread maker was selling, it's called Grateful Bread, and it's the sourdough, and it's, if you guys can see it, probably not, it's all vegan. And he said it was baked fresh this morning, so I'm going to try that later, see how that is. And then, you guys know I absolutely love nuts. And so someone was selling some organic walnuts. So I got the walnut. Now these are a little pricey. I think this was like $6.95. But walnuts tend to be pretty pricey. And these I got the halves because it's just easier to calculate calories if you know, because you know what a whole walnut is, so that it's obviously easy to calculate how many calories in a half walnut. And off the top of my head, I can't remember. I know walnuts do have a lot of calories, but they're so good for you. Lots of good, you know, minerals and stuff in there. So I think they have a little bit of the omega-3 oil too in there. So it's just really, really good. So this whole thing cost me, because I did get the bread, which was I think $3.50, and then the walnuts and stuff. So I think it cost me everything about around $25. So, you know, farmers markets aren't cheap. That's for sure. And I probably could have got it, you know, all this cheaper, obviously, at the grocery store. But the advantage of going to a farmer's market, I mean, everything it's locally grown. It's usually picked, you know, fresh in the last, you know, couple days. And just tastes better. And plus, you know what? You get free samples. So you can walk around to each of the booths and just eat their samples. I mean, that could be your breakfast, basically, if you wanted to do it. So, I mean, everyone had samples out. I mean, they're trying to sell their wares. And most of the time, you know, because they know when you try the sample, you usually buy their product. So, yeah, so it is a little bit more expensive, but it's kind of cool, and there's just nice people there, and there are people in your community, and, you know, a lot of people that go are pretty health conscious, and, you know, it's just kind of fun, and it's on Sundays in the morning. I think their hours are like 8 to 1. And it's just for the summer. I think they're only going to be there until probably September. And then they close down. I know there's some places in the area that they do have farmers markets, you know, once a week, all year round. But this particular one is just on Sundays. So I went to Target and I bought a new coffee maker because I told you that my old one started leaking this morning. Somehow it got turned on and I woke up and it was all over, the coffee was all over the counter. So, because I always pre-make. So I just got like a little cheapy Sunbeam. It was, I think, $18. And, you know, I don't need anything fancy. And what I do like is the timer, so I can set the timer. So, okay, so hi, you guys. It is Sunday, July 31st, about 1 p.m. And I'm at my local track. So I'm going to see if I can run my 5K today. Now, I usually don't go running this late, and it's 1 p.m. And it's already 85 degrees out here. Which I don't know if I'm going to be able to run in 85-degree weather. I know I'm a little baby about that. So I don't mix well with heat. So I am going to start my run in just a minute here. Okay, so I just finished my first lap. And I feel pretty good. It was 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Yeah, so far, so good. It's not, there's kind of a breeze out here too, so it's not too bad. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, so I just hit my 1 mile mark, and I did it in 12 minutes and 36 seconds. So I'm definitely not going to do my 5K in 36 minutes. But it's hot out here, man. I'm telling you. I normally don't get started this late. It's just that I went to the farmer's market this morning and did some errands, and so that's why I'm getting out of here so late. But no excuses. Okay, guys, I just did 2 miles, about 26 minutes. I'm just beat. I'm walking. I wanted to do all 3 miles jogging, but I may have to do the rest walking the whole way. It's just too hot out here. So, it's hot. I just walked the last 3 laps, and I'm gonna run my last lap. Here's some tips I have for you. If you're gonna go out and jog, go out as early as possible. Don't wait till 1 p.m. It's 85 degrees and climbing. Tip 2, make sure you bring plenty of water. I was out of water on mile 2. Tip 3, tracks tend to be full sun. So if you go on a bike trail or someone else that's shady, it's probably easier. Okay, so my 5K time ended up being a little over 42 minutes. So, hey, it's probably close to 90 degrees now, so. Okay, guys, so I just got home from running, took a shower. I already ate plum and about 4 strawberries. This is from the farmer's market this morning. And let me tell you, they tasted like candy. It was like eating candy. That's how sweet and juicy they were. It was unbelievable. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm making a sandwich for my lunch/dinner. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. And there's that bread I also got, the fresh bread I got from the farmer's market, the sourdough. And then I have a vegan meatless chicken burger from Eve's again. So that has about 100 calories. I put over it a little bit of mozzarella cheese and some romaine lettuce. And then I wanted to show you this beautiful tomato I got at the farmer's market. Oh, it is unbelievably tasty. And look how red that is. That is what a tomato should look like. And then here's a few cucumbers slices as well. Oh, awesome. So I'm going to put that on my sandwich. And then I'm also right now boiling some zucchini, some yellow and green zucchini, or squash. So I'm going to have that as well. Yummy. Okay, so my day's almost over, and I just wanted to make a couple of observations about the day. First of all, at the farmer's market, and the fruit and vegetables I got, because I ate them throughout the day today. And like I said before, they're all so good. And I'm going to give the example of the tomato I bought. Those tomatoes I bought. Those tomatoes were just so meaty, ripe, juicy. I mean, just had unbelievable flavor. And I've never, ever found a tomato like that at any grocery store I've ever been to. It actually tasted like a tomato should taste. And I could say that about the other fruit as well. The fruit I got as well. The fresh bread, the fresh organic walnuts. I mean, everything. I mean, just had real flavor, the flavor of that food. And it made me think about why we, especially Americans, love processed foods. You know, with a lot of fat and sugar and, you know, preservatives and stuff that we know aren't very good for us. And what I was thinking is maybe it's because we don't know how food should taste, fresh food, how fresh food should taste. We don't know that. And so to heighten our, you know, taste buds, we gravitate towards these processed foods. And I'm guilty of it too. I certainly do that. But when you taste food fresh, the way it was meant to be eaten, it changes everything. It made me crave that food all day. I didn't crave any sugar. I didn't crave any processed stuff. Ugh. It was so good. So I want to see what your guys' opinion is. What do you think about that? Do you think that's why, you know, we gravitate towards processed foods over fresh foods? Because we don't know what fresh food tastes like. You certainly, my example of the tomato, any tomato I've ever had at a grocery store does not taste like a tomato should taste. So I'm just kind of curious of what you guys think. And I know the farmers markets tend to be a little more expensive, but is it worth it? Because are you going to pay a little bit more now? Or are you going to pay later in terms of doctor's visits? And even people that have insurance, you still got to pay co-pays, and some people have deductibles. So if you pay a little bit more up front, is it going to save you money in the long run? Anyway, so I was just thinking about that today. The other thing I was thinking about when I went over to the track to run, every time I go there, there's always like lots of parents there helping their children. Today was primarily, it looked like football skills, and I mean American football, not what we call soccer here, but just American football, you know, with the pads and the helmet and stuff. And these parents were out there, you know, working with their kids, teaching them skills. The kids, I mean, when you look at the kids, they were having such a good time. I mean, just loving what they were doing. Throwing the football around, and a group of kids kicking, practicing kicks through the field goal. And you could just tell, you know, and they could be at home sitting in front of a screen, a computer screen, or, you know, playing video games, or in front of the TV, or whatever. And these kids are learning, first of all, great skills. And even if they're not going to be the next, you know, Joe Montana, Brett Favre, or whoever, I mean, these kids are learning habits that hopefully they'll be able to take through the rest of their life. And I always, when I see these kids out there and the parents helping them, I always want to go up to the parents and just kind of say, hey, thank you. You're doing such a great job. I can just, you know, see the joy in your child's eye. You know, but of course I don't, because, you know, usually, you know, you hear the stories of people approaching, you know, parents in grocery stores or wherever and you know, and commenting negatively about their parenting skills. And it's, you never hear people going up to someone, hey, you look like a great parent, you're doing great things for your kid. So I just kind of want to give a shout out to any of you guys who have kids, and you take the time, you go out and you work with them, and because, you know, that does take time and that is hard work. So you guys are, at least I think you're appreciative, and just keep in mind that there may be people out there that are thinking the same thing I am, we just don't say it. So anyways, want to give you guys a shout out. Thanks for all you're doing. You know, it's good for society, it's good for your family, and it's awesome. And those are just a couple of observations for today. Daily Vlog 3. Bye.